the weather will be fine, friends, and welcome back to Forecasting with Friends. I'm Allison Gargaro. It's Friday, it's almost the weekend, and let me tell you, the weather's going to be so nice. You know, we've been in this rainy pattern. I mean, August, we had 7 days straight of 100+ degree temperatures, and then we ended on a maybe cooler note, but definitely a wetter note, and now we're going to have our first front, and it will be feeling like fall. Air quotes, because it's going to be brief, and really it's just going to be the morning temperatures that will be feeling refreshing. That's kind of the way that I've been phrasing it this morning. But I love when you say fall because you know football is here, and boy is it ever. So what I've done is actually broken down some of the forecasts for all of the games. So these are going to be Houston centric, or what some folks that live in Houston might be fans for, and we have some really good weather. But I want to start with high school football. It's Friday. Did you join us on the morning show? And you saw Nate just going bananas at two of the high schools in Pasadena. So very excited for the game. This is just a general overview of what it could look like in Houston for your Friday night lights. 6 p.m., chance for showers and some storms, but it's going to be isolated in nature. Honestly, the models have been showing maybe a bit more coverage by midday and then clearing out a hair earlier. Either way, it doesn't look like there's going to be all too much chance for lightning, and then it will be mostly cloudy and humid come a little bit later this evening. So very excited about Friday night lights, some big games, some in-town rivalries as well, so something to look forward to. But let's kick off tomorrow. TSU at Rice. Boy, folks are excited about this game. Kickoff is at 6 p.m. and take a look at the difference of conditions. Yes, it's still, at least temperature-wise, looks like it's warm, but the thing is, we are going to be seeing less humidity. So it's not going to be super sticky out there. You know, dew points are going to be dropping significantly as our front moves through, aka great weather. Excited for that. Mostly clear skies and in the upper 70s by 10 p.m. Okay, maybe tomorrow you're planning on watching U of H. Go Cougs, baby. They are taking on Oklahoma in Norman. So this is a look at the forecast for Norman. Maybe you're planning on driving up there, or maybe you're just going to be watching here in H-Town. I get it. Clear skies. Again, the front obviously will have moved through there. Actually, I've been looking at the radar, and it actually looks like the front has already moved through. If not, we'll be moving through pretty soon. So clear skies, again, less humid, temperatures in the 60s by the time the end of the game. Now, Texas at Michigan in Ann Arbor. I'm going to be there, baby. Little backstory. My husband went to UT. I'm from Michigan. My dad and brother went to Michigan. I'm a big Michigan fan. Obviously, when UT's not playing Michigan, I'm a Texas fan. But hey, gonna be a great game. But take a look at the chill. It is noon, a big noon kickoff. So you can watch it right here on Fox. Partly cloudy, maybe a bit breezy, 50s and 60s. Oh boy, I'm gonna be bundled up, guys. You'll see pictures on social media, don't worry. Then A&M's playing at home. Once again, it is going to be an early start. 80s though throughout the game. Hey, less humidity. It's not gonna be feeling too bad. The sun will be out and shining. Do not forget your sunscreen. I promise you, you're going to need it. They're coming off a big game that was last week against Notre Dame, so hopefully we have a good outcome there. Then HCU is hosting Tarleton State. Hope I said that right. Kickoff 6 p.m. tomorrow, and it's going to be just so nice, mostly clear. We'll be in the 70s by the time the game ends. Prairie View at Northwest State. This is in Nacogdoches, Louisiana. Again, very similar weather to us, except they might be a few degrees below what we'll be expecting here in H-Town if you are planning on watching. Oh, shoot. Hold on. Say it again, Bradley. Nacogdoches. I think I still said it wrong. Yeah, incorrect. You know, I'm just going to take the L on that. But hopefully Prairie View A&M does not take the L. Going to be very excited for that. Then we have Sam Houston heading over to O-Town, Orlando, Florida, taking on UCF. Very excited about that game. I used to live in Orlando. That's where I was before I moved here. So I'm still rooting for Sam Houston though, guys. Just saying. But O-Town's fun if you are planning on going. Could be seeing a few showers in the evening, and then things will be turning partly cloudy by the end of the game. My last football forecast for you is the Texans watch party on Sunday. Very excited because it's going to be nice out. Again, low humidity. You're going to wake up. You're going to be tailgating with some friends. Waking up to the 60s, might I add. Temperatures do warm up to the mid and upper 80s, but hey, I think we're going to take that lovely weather. So there you go. Forecast for all the games. We've got you covered. This is something that I'm going to be doing every Friday for you guys, so that if you're planning on traveling to the game or just watching, we got it for you. But we've been getting some relief from the hot temperatures. Remember, I mentioned at the beginning of the show, we had 7 days straight of 100+ degree temps. Well, this week we got some storms, but it's actually going to be feeling like fall. But in Arizona, completely different story. Phoenix has now reached 100 consecutive days of temperatures over 100 degrees. That shatters the old record of just 76 days in a row back in 1993. And it looks like that record's going to keep growing. Forecasters have issued an excessive heat warning until Monday. Temperatures are expected to be at their highest just yesterday at 113 degrees. Whew, hot there. Used to live in AZ. They say it's a dry heat, but 113, that's still hot. Now, we're nearing the peak of the hurricane season, and there is a hurricane-resistant home that hit the market in Florida. It looks a little bit like a bunker with concrete poured throughout the home and extra steel for reinforcement. It also has windows that can withstand flying debris up to 200 miles per hour. It's cheaper to insure, but the purchase price of the home is high. This 5-bed, 7.5 bath is listed for nearly $7 million. Whew! Pricey. It looks pretty inside, but oh Lord, you'd have to like be right on the ocean in like a gated community for it to be worth. That's a lot. But hey, your safety is also worth a lot. So there you go. Okay, guys, to the animals. It's Friday. I've saved these stories all week. Look at these little guys. There's been a baby boom at the San Antonio Zoo. They just welcomed more than 70 Texas horned lizards. This milestone was part of a collaboration that began back in 2020 with Zoo Miami. The Texas horned lizard population was facing a significant decline in 2017 because of habitat loss and invasive species. Now, despite their fierce appearance, Texas horned lizards are extremely obedient. They spend most of their days sunbathing, then at night they bury themselves in the sand. Does it get any better than that? And the babies are so darn cute. Okay, look at them eating their cutie pies. Well, maybe something you can go see if you're planning on visiting San Antonio. Well, a Texas cat had quite a long journey back home to his family, more than 2 years after he went missing. It's a happy ending, I promise. A shelter in Springfield, Massachusetts shared this post on Shodo. Of Shodo rather, being reunited with his owner. A good Samaritan brought the cat to the shelter and volunteers found that he was microchipped. They got a hold of the owner who drove, get this, 26 hours to Massachusetts to reunite with her pet. Look at that. We love happy endings. Such a sweet little soul. So glad. I bet the cat was like, Mommy, I've missed you. I don't know how it got all the way to Massachusetts, but at least he is safe and sound. A kind act by a surfer in Florida. Check this out. The man is seen swimming to a bird in distress. He scoops it up, places it on his surfboard, and then surfs back to shore. He ended up taking the bird to a local wildlife rescue. They say that the surfer likely did save that bird's life. Wild Florida Rescue says the bird was a scooty tern, which can't survive if they get caught in the rough waters. People are now trying to identify the Good Samaritan on that surfboard. You know, you got to give him a round of applause. He probably missed a really good wave for that, but saved that sweet little bird's life. So thank you to him, and hopefully we could have a reunion with the bird and that surfer. Well, a talented youngster is getting his first time in the spotlight after winning over fans at a college football game. Check this out. That is so cool. Yo, yo, kid. Yo, yo, kid. And this is my alma mater. I went to ASU. Go Devils, baby. Well, Christian Harper loves to yo-yo, and he showed off some tricks during an ASU football game. Just last week, Christian was featured on the Jumbotron and the live broadcast, and soon the crowd was cheering him on. Good for him! And, you know, maybe he'll make it on ESPN. They can have him in, do some tricks. Even Sparky there was able to not be as cool as him, obviously. We love Yo-Yo Kid. Well, that's a good feel-good story for this Friday. Well, guys, coming up, our very own meteorologist John Dawson does speak to an official talking about how, maybe dams could help out folks that are in tropical areas. After the break, we'll be hearing more.
All right, welcome back to Forecasting with Friends. I'm excited to have an interview and a discussion and even probably some demonstrations with Allison Cody from KRIV. And Allison, thanks for being here. I have seen some of your, I think it's in Home Depot where I saw your product where the alternative to a sandbag. But before we dive into that, tell me a little bit about the company.
Yes, I'm happy to do that. Thank you so much for inviting KRIV to join you, John. We really are so grateful for the opportunity. So again, my name is Allison, and KRIV is a woman-owned, multi-award-winning small business. We are based in Rhode Island. We manufacture an entire line of products right here in the Ocean State. So we do work with distributors and retailers nationally, one of which is Home Depot. And we're super excited to share some of the solutions that we have for everyone who deals with water emergencies.
Okay, well, I can see behind you, there's just a whole lot of products on the table. Yep. So you got a lot going on. So hit me with a few of the products kind of that we're talking about. And it can be, directly related to hurricane season or just in general. Okay,
I'm excited to show you everything that we have, or at least some, because there's a lot. But what many people know us for, and one of our hallmark products, is actually the water-activated flood barriers. We manufacture those here in Rhode Island, and we have them available in a bunch of different sizes. Everything from water-activated flood bags to flood barriers to inside water dams. There's an entire line of those. We also have, even looking at this, something a little more rugged, a little more durable. This is one of our best-selling products. This is the Floodgate. And this is a very heavy-duty entryway protection system. We also have all of our products available in a variety of different packaging to base, for all types of situations, both inside and outside. So whether your customers and your viewers are dealing with water inside their home or outside their building, we have a durable solution that can help them contain it and divert it, and hopefully, in most cases, prevent thousands upon thousands of dollars in water damage.
Okay, I'm not sure if you're willing to give up all of the secrets, but you got magic basically going on inside those bags. So tell us a little bit about how this works.
All right, you know what? Better than that, I'm going to show you how it works. So what makes our products different is the fact that inside these magical products is a magical compound that is non-toxic. It's called sodium polyacrylate. It's pet, people, and plant safe. And what it does is, I am showing you now by pouring it inside this cup. it is absorbing all of the water, all of the moisture. It's going to convert this to a non-toxic gel. This is inside all of our water activated products. And the best part is, not only does it not re-release the water, it's also not hazardous to the environment. So you can see, look, I'm even going to tip this over. That water isn't going anywhere.
What was that? Was like a tablespoon? You didn't put, I was expecting
there was
maybe
almost
more.
none of it, right? Yes, absolutely. And even better, you know what? I'm glad you mentioned that. This is one of our inside water dams. So this is great for things like overflowing sinks, unfortunately overflowing toilets. This is it in its unactivated state. So you can see it's small, it's flat, it's lightweight, it's foldable. This is actually this is only a sample, but this is a piece of the water dam when it's activated. So it swells up. Wow. And it actually can create a multi-length barrier that gives you the ability to push back and contain that water that then can spill out throughout your home.
Okay,
or
so
your place of business.
Can you just like put it down and it absorbs what's already spilled, or do you have to like put water on it first and then try to use it?
You ask wonderful questions. You know what? The answer to that is both. Depending on, now this can be weather related. So in the case, we're all getting weather all over the country. There are hurricanes. There's all types of torrential rains. We have it here in Rhode Island right now. The best thing you can do if you're paying attention to your forecast is to pre-activate your barriers. So a lot of people will simply put them inside a bucket, inside a wheelbarrow. They fill it with water, you pre-activate it, you stack it in those spaces that are vulnerable, that have always been a problem, or even if they're not, and you just want to be extra careful. So when the water comes, it already has that barrier in place. So the answer is actually both. These are great for addressing things when they happen inside, or if you're working on a project. But for outside barriers, if you're ahead of the game, like most of your viewers are going to be, the best thing they can do is to activate it in advance.
Let's just do kind of a comparison with like a traditional sandbag. So your product versus more of a traditional sandbag.
Not the sandbags. Oh, sandbags are what everyone has historically used. And let me tell you why our products are so much better. Okay, sandbags typically heavy. Anyone who's lifted them knows that. They are ridiculously labor intensive to fill and deploy. They are difficult to find the sand. And even more importantly, once you've done all that, how do you dispose of it? It's hazardous waste. So our products are better. And let me show you, you're going to have another demo. Well, kind of a demo. Inside this box is the equivalent of 20 sandbags. So this is the Quick Dam Flood Bag package. It has 20 bags inside of it. You can fit this in a closet. You can fit it in the back of your car. And it's ready to go whenever you need it. So we find a lot of our customers now that we're working with, just the idea of not having to fill a sandbag is enough to make them a loyal customer for life with us. And we're really happy to help them because we've done it ourselves. It's not fun to do sandbags. So we have something better.
Okay, so what about, I have two questions kind of about, again, I guess it's kind of related to the contents there. First of all, like a shelf life. You talked about putting that in your car or something.
Right.
Like how long is that going to be good for?
Sure. So the good news is the best thing about Quick Dam and all of our water activated products and what we're really trying to promote to everybody that we can reach is the act of being proactive instead of reactive. And we say that because our products have a shelf life of 10 plus years. So what I mean by that is this is a non-activated or an unactivated flood bag. You can see it's flat, it's flexible, you can fold it. This will remain good for over 10 years. So even if you buy it today, you pick them up at say Grainger, Home Depot, Lowe's, Amazon, any of those places, you can keep it in your closet, keep it in storage, and you have it for when you need it. They have an extremely long shelf life.
Okay. And once you've used it, and let's say I activated it, I put it out. What's the process? You said it was so safe and everything, but what do you recommend, the disposal process look like?
Well, how do you feel about watering your garden? We actually have a lot of recommendations for that because the contents are non-toxic. Most of our customers, especially when you're dealing with the outside products,
Correct.
if they know that an area has been historically problematic, they will simply leave the bags in place. And every time the rain falls again, it's going to continue to reactivate it for months at a time. The other option is, like I just mentioned, believe it or not, you can actually cut that bag open, take that gel out and put it inside your garden. It will leach that moisture back into the soil. The third option is you can allow it to dry out, which it will do. And it will revert pretty close back to its original form, so that you can reuse it. Most of our customers usually like to keep them in place, especially if they're outside. But if you're a business and you're considering things like foot traffic, if you're a hospital thinking, you know, with patients coming in and out of the building, all those different considerations, you know, it's a personal choice for them. But what's inside the bag, as I mentioned, is non-toxic. So it is pet, people, and plant safe. You can have it outside with your dogs. You can have it outside with your children and your customers, and you don't need to worry about it.
Okay. What about just sort of give me some ballpark? We don't have to have specific prices, and certainly I don't need any sort of like sales codes or anything like that. But give me some basics on pricing.
Sure. The good news is that our products actually start right at around $20. So that buys you great protection for a very small investment. All of our products generate an enormous return on the investment, regardless whether it's the water activated barriers or things like the floodgate, or even going right up to our entire perimeter protection system, the water force, which is a rollout portable dam. That is what we consider our heavy duty artillery in the fight against water damage. And they come at varying price points, but for our consumer facing models and the things, you know, you want to protect your home and your business, it's going to start right at about $20 and potentially will save you tens of thousands of dollars.
Okay, so I haven't kind of set you up for this question, but it's always fun to throw one at you. Tell me what is like the smallest item you sell and the biggest quick dam. What's the smallest and the biggest, just to kind of get an idea of how little and how big we're talking here.
How little and how big. Okay. If I were looking at how little, I would probably say the water dam and some of our interior products like our super absorbent pads, that even though they are little, they are the equivalent of a roll and a half of paper towels. So they're small but mighty. For the larger solutions, the biggest thing that we have is the water force. I would encourage everyone to take a look at our website. Go to quickdams.com. If you are looking for something that is really going to protect the outside of a facility, a school, a hospital, anything along those lines, we would love to talk to you about it. It is a little different than the flood bags. It's something that's actually water activated, but in a different way. Sustainable, rugged, durable, and it was tested by the Army Corps of Engineers. So we have everything that you could possibly need to contain water, both small and large.
Okay, so tell me the name of the big one again. The water.
That would be the water force.
The water force.
And
okay,
yes, it's named appropriately.
Okay,
we actually offer it in heights ranging from 6 inches all the way up to 5 feet.
Wow.
So this is when you are looking to push back several feet of water, and we can help you do it.
Well,
Coastal communities better take note.
Yeah, we certainly fight water around here. And it's interesting. I guess I really didn't think of this initially in commercial applications. I was thinking of it mainly just as individual, as homeowners and things like that. But really interesting stuff. You already mentioned the website. It's quickdam.com or dams.
Quickdams.com.
Quickdams.com. Okay, again, Allison, Cody, appreciate your time today. And we'll be back with more Forecasting with Friends after this.
Thank you, John.